almost said Dr. Pepper, but it's root beer.
Hello and welcome to Cracking the Vault, the podcast where we're going through every Disney movie in order. I have a cold.
I also have a cold.
I'm really sleepy.
I also have the remnants of a cold.
Yeah, get away from all of me. I don't want none of this. So everyone's sick and shit.
This shit sucks,
Well,
man.
you were. You were the catalyst.
I
There's
was sick.
always some.
It was only like 2-day sickness though, and that was fine. Fuck you, Jacob. Okay,
You're being really aggressive right now. Take it out. Okay.
What?
You're being really aggressive.
You're being weird. I don't like the way you're acting right now. No, you guys are sick. That's weird.
Yeah, we are. We're fucking sick.
Can't-
Cough, cough.
Don't like being. Don't stupid.
Achoo.
You know what else is sick? I have no punchline. I just
Your
wanted to say that.
mom.
So, guys, we're talking about Peter Pan.
I love this movie. It's definitely within my top 5, I think.
Oh,
Wow.
I forgot to log it on Letterboxd.
Oh shit! Letterbox. Everyone needs to letterbox it right now.
Oh my
Follow
god.
us on
I definitely
Letterboxd, guys.
still
My
have an
god, you
account
guys,
for
you
Letterboxd.
noobs.
I definitely didn't like delete it and
Listen.
shit.
Have you deleted it?
Yes, because I didn't use it.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
And I was like, I don't need this.
I
Here.
love Letterbox.
Good for you.
It's only for me. I don't look at anyone else's.
I don't
anything.
want
It's
it for me, so I don't use it.
Okay, don't. I'm not saying you can
You
have
just
your own
said.
rights. Yeah, for me. I said it for me. I'm not saying, hey, Jacob Tucker needs to do this.
No, for sure.
If you don't want to use it, don't use it.
How many? We need, like, a running counter of topics that keep coming up on this show. Maybe just so we can, like, put them on the wall and be like, no talking about Letterboxd. I'm trying to think of a second one.
No talking about Letterbox. That's it. That's the
That's
only.
the
There
other
are
one.
certain recurring conversations that I know we've had them before.
Can we have
And
like a
then-
cracking book of law, like
Crack law.
cracked out law, cracked law, vaulted law. I don't know. We need to have a book that's just like rules.
All rise in the name of the mouse.
The name of the mouse.
Aye.
The Honorable Judge Kitty Meow Meow.
Anyways, Peter Pan, man.
Peter Pan.
That's what we're talking about today, right?
Yeah.
What did we just watch?
Peter Pan.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
How do we start this?
Anyways, life.
Life. We talk about life.
We're sick. That's
Anything happened?
Exhibit A. Sick. I'm fine. I got sick for like 2 days, and my body was, you're gonna die right now. And then after 2 days, I was like,
I've been
you're
sick
fine.
for like a week, but yeah, whatever.
Do you guys take medication?
Eh.
Okay. Wait, no.
Define medication.
Make unsick medication.
Like antibiotics or like.
Sure. Anything that helps you not be sick.
But are you saying like just like some Dayquil? Or...
I took Dayquil and I was fine.
Oh, I also
took
took
some
Dayquil and I wasn't fine.
Oh.
I took some Sudafed and my nose got better.
I sucked on some cough
Sudafed.
drops.
I need to get closer to the
Cough
mic. I'm sorry.
drops.
So coughed. Yeah, maybe take like medication and you'll be good.
I'm fine.
But I did and it didn't work.
I don't know your problem. Mine was fine. I did it and took it for
Not
2 days, and then
everybody's
afterwards it was like, hey,
you.
Science.
yeah, man, put the weird chemicals in your body. Come on.
I love telling people to put chemicals in their body.
Yes, it's my favorite.
I'm going to Disney in like 4 months. That's new.
And then he never went.
Jake, you love this movie.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah,
It's good. It's fun.
What is your history with this movie?
We might have had this on VHS. Might have not. I think we did. I want to say we did.
Okay.
I've watched it a ton growing up. I love the ride. Yeah, that's. I mean, I really just enjoy the movie.
It's just
Fun.
like it's one
I
of
like all
those
the
Disney movies that's
adaptations.
always been there.
Yeah, and I was like Hook is a really good
I
one.
love Hook.
Pan, I like Pan. That one's good. That one's got Hugh Jackman and some people. I don't know. I just like the story Peter Pan. It's fun.
This is one of those like Disney movies where there's it's like you have the movie, and then you have all of this supplementary material if you want it.
Yeah.
I feel like Alice in Wonderland is kind of similar, but it's kind of just, you can find a lot of fairly boring adaptations of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
You don't find a lot of like interesting interpretations of Alice in Wonderland, at least not like in America or
Yeah.
in England.
I think at least in America that we've had quite a bit of like we've had quite a few Robin Hood iterations of people seeing it in some way. I think Peter Pan, there's been quite a few different like visions,
But you get
and not just like the main
you get like
story.
adaptations of the story, and yeah, exactly. You get
Bruh.
you get something like Hook or Pan, which neither of them were particularly critically liked, but they're very
so good.
they are at least a different take on the material.
Yeah.
And the material lends itself super well to that.
Remember the Chip and Dale movie with Peter Pan being like the villain?
We
just
just
Oh my
Watch
god,
that.
Rescue Rangers.
We just watched
Sorry,
that the other
I
day.
just triggered everybody. What the fuck? No, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, that man.
Sweet
is
Pete.
that is
We literally just watched that movie like 2 days ago.
it's such a good movie.
It's good.
it's a little gem.
I remember not being interested in it at all, and then watching it.
Yeah.
It was like kind of funny.
We watched it at about the time that we started the podcast.
My favorite joke in
Yeah.
that entire movie.
It was
is,
like
We watched it the evening of chorus line callbacks. After we got
that was
home.
not 2
Don't
days
go
ago.
Shut up.
I know.
What? No.
I know. It was just
That
funny.
was not 2 days ago.
It
was.
if
It was after chorus line callbacks and we got Dominoes. And we watched
We
the
did
Chip
get
and Dale
Dominoes.
movie.
that movie is so funny.
Memories.
You a cups. You
John
got some
Mulaney and Andy Samberg.
stinky
We've been watching
cheese.
so much Brooklyn Nine-Nine lately.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Why?
I don't like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Why?
Why
I
not?
don't like the show. It's dumb.
Trevor,
Okay,
please
yourself.
provide an example of a thing you don't like
He
about
doesn't
the
do
show.
that.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my god.
I know. This is... Listen, the reason my brain hates things, I don't know. It's just like, why do you like it? I don't like it. Why? It's yellow. Okay, why don't you like it?
Is Brooklyn Nine-Nine
Some-
too yellow
I just
for
wanna,
you?
like-
Yes.
Ouroboros you. I just want to like
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I want someone to get like a little... Open my head up a little bit, get a little magnifying glass, and just look at it for a little bit. Just-
Fucking R.I.P. Andre Brower.
Yeah.
Who's Andre Breyer?
He,
Captain.
yeah,
Captain
he's the
Holt.
police captain in the show.
Oh,
He's
in
like-
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he passed a little while ago from cancer.
Damn.
I was just gonna say womp womp.
R.I.P. Andre Brower. Womp womp.
Hey.
That feels so mean.
Trevor,
What?
now say you hate Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Peter Pan.
Do
What's
my
your
water score first or last?
Yeah, you want to score first.
Okay.
What's the
All
waters like in this?
So, the first the first water that I have is the London River coming down at the very beginning of the movie. 8 out of 10, so aesthetic. The next one is the Swan Lake water. 8 out of 10. The splashes don't look like the water. Neverland opening shot water was 6 out of 10. It looked like a map. Hippo water 6 out of 10. Mermaid water and that entire scene 9 out of 10. Hella pretty water, very good. Skull Cave
pretty
water
good water.
7 out of 10. Cool color. Pirate ship water at the end when they're kidnapped 7 out of 10. Nice watery reflection. When Hook is taking the fucking foot bath, it was 4 out of 10. It was so blue. And then when Hook and TikTok were fighting the water, 7 out of 10. Giving an overall 8 out of 10 water for Peter Pan.
There's pretty good water in it. You like the water?
Did
Right.
I pay attention to any of that before he said his final score? You decide.
No, I decide no.
I decide you're a bitch.
You can, there's no what you can decide.
Yeah, I can't decide that.
Why can't you decide?
Whether
You should live or die.
I feel like this has happened on the podcast before too.
Just listen. I confuse when we normally talk and what's on the podcast because we just talk a lot.
Me too.
Sometimes it's like, wait, did we say that already? I don't remember.
Like, if our conversations ever seem, I don't know, us off of the podcast is us.
Everything
on the
is
podcast.
fake. Nothing is real.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, honestly, this is how we talk normally.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine being.
So I'm so sorry.
Like, what if-
if you
we have
already found us
followers.
annoying,
Like-
imagine living.
What
with
if we
us.
like put on personalities? The podcast, like one episode where just completely different people.
Hi guys, I'm Xander.
I don't know how to sound smart. I'm trying to figure out like a way to like just be a smart man. How does a smart man talk?
Hey, I'm a smart man.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That is what a smart man sounds like. Oh, sorry. I totally confuse them all the time.
Killed Xander.
Did you write down his
Yes, you did.
score?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I tuned back in at the end.
So yeah, 8 out of 10 waters. That's pretty water.
Yeah, what?
With
Okay.
your wings and feet and
Okay,
fins.
Another update in my life. I've been having an obsession with Alice in Wonderland right now.
After we watched the movie, it just
I've had
kickstarted
like
something
a
in
weird
you.
obsession with the movie right
Is
now.
That's your board in our Disney game.
Yes,
and that's
why
that's
he's playing it.
That's because it's one of my favorite fucking Disney movies. I think it's also my top 5.
Along with Peter
Along
Pan.
with Peter Pan, yes.
We're in like out of old Disney. We're kind of in the golden years for you, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
we
Getting
get
up
to-
to like Lady and the Tramp and
Did we get to Lady and
Fox
Tramp
and the
this season?
Hound.
I've never seen Fox and the
Well,
Hound.
That,
in this decade,
Like we're getting to my good movie.
Are you a Sleeping Beauty fan? I feel like I've asked this before too. I just have really bad deja
think
vu
it
right
looks-
now.
I just killed
pretty-
Trevor. I
I've been
think.
Story I don't give a shit for really, but I think on
That's
a visuals
all.
level, it looks good. The fire and
care.
it's really
Guys,
that's like Disney.
I killed Trevor.
Oh.
What?
What? Sorry, I'm like
I've never seen the Fox and the Hound.
I spilled my whoppers.
This is a travesty.
Oh my god.
That movie.
I'm sorry.
I fucking love that movie.
Sorry. So, Trevor, how are you Trevor and you haven't seen Fox and the Hound?
No, me.
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've of course seen Fox and
Never
the
seen Fox and the
fucking
Hound.
Hound.
Okay.
Xander's world was mixed up for a sec.
Balance is restored. This checks out.
Okay.
It checks out, but it shouldn't. It should check right in.
I'm never surprised when Rach hasn't seen a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before, but for me, Disney was the therapy for my family. So it was just one of those things like, oh, you're sad here, watch a Disney movie. And
It
I-
was just always on and around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was just always there, present. It was omnipotent
I
in
remember my
life.
mom's exercise VHS tape.
exercise.
I had
VHS?
a-
That's not
From
Disney.
Mickey,
the farm.
Remember when they made
Mousercise?
those, like, little TVs? There was, like, a Shrek one or a SpongeBob.
Yeah!
I
I
had,
had
the
a
Cars
Mickey
one.
one.
I had the Cars one.
That's insane.
Mine
I
was
was
Lightning
not that
McQueen.
rich.
Wait. I want to finish talking about everyone's like experience beforehand.
Oh yeah,
Trevor,
huh? Peter Pan was
none of that probably got picked up by the mic. That's okay.
no, that's okay. Peter Pan was like I don't remember the first time I watched this movie, but I remember watching it. For sure was at my mother's house. And I loved this movie when I was littler. Like, I mean, I love it now too, but like, this was just one of those movies where it was fun to watch it. I had it on VHS. And it was one of my favorite ones that I would play. There's no interesting stories behind me today. It was just like, I remember watching it. I know I was at my mom's house, and that's about it.
I feel so immediately. I think this might be where like some of the divide between us comes from, because Sorry, I know I got really vocal fry there. I did not mean to. So before I ever watched Peter Pan, the movie, I read the book, which really kind of colored my view on the movie. Because, like...
Is the book bad?
No. The book is fantastic.
I've never read the book.
Never mind.
It is so good, it might have, like, you know, diminished the movie a bit for me.
That's why I don't read the book.
In just...
Just actively reading the book.
Yeah, I mean, it is... On this viewing of the movie, I really tried to hold that against the movie a little bit less. Random fact, I watched this movie for the first time on YouTube back when you could just watch
Movies on YouTube.
Yeah.
Copyright didn't exist. They just uploaded any video you wanted, and everyone was like, "Yeah."
God, I wish I was like 10 years older in those
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter Pan. Oh wait, Rachel. I mean, I think you watched this for the first time. Didn't we watch this together the first time you watched this, or did you see it before that?
I don't think so. I mean, like, I don't think it was the first time I watched it, but it had been so long since I watched it that I didn't remember anything about it.
That makes sense.
The one that stuck with me was, for some reason, there's this really weird, like, live action play version that my mom had a recording of from, like, the 1960s. And Peter Pan was played by a woman with really short hair, and it just, I don't know, that was my vision of Peter Pan for a very long time. And I knew of Captain Hook and Smee and sort of the crocodile, but not really the story surrounding the crocodile. Yeah.
He has an entire app now. It's funny.
Trevor, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Fuck
Trevor.
yourself.
I would if I could.
Trevor, I will Ouroboros you right now.
You want to? No, I was like,
Trevor, eat your own dick.
ow. No, so yeah, that's our feelings on this movie. Anyways, movie starts, credits, beginning credits. You know how I feel about these.
Well, if you're watching it on Disney Plus,
Oh yeah, sorry.
You get the racism warning.
Racism warning.
It gives you 7 seconds to warn you have racism.
You have 7 seconds.
You have seconds. You have 7 seconds for racism. Okay.
We get RKO. I love RKO. I love when their title pops up. I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be a good fucking movie when RKO is there.
you know it.
I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be a banger.
I can't wait till we get to the first movie that doesn't like have him in there, and you just scream.
It's just like when it's weird seeing RKO show up because like it's like Disney is subservient to another brand.
Yeah,
almost.
and I'm like, oh yes.
Ah, yes, RKO, the former victor, the Republic before the
Oh
Empire.
my god.
I'd say it was like the Empire before the First Order, but sure, yeah.
I don't know Star Wars lore. I just know it's Star Wars, so I'm gonna
Good
pretend.
on you.
Yeah, good on me.
Why'd you get all defensive
You
about
got
it?
defensive on me, whereas it good on you. Anyways, what? What do you want, Jacob? Fuck off.
You know, and if you were gay, that well, you don't have to get offensive about it. I'm not getting offensive about it.
I'm not
That's
getting offensive.
exactly what just happened.
I'm not getting defensive.
Should we talk about like?
Peter Pan, maybe?
Yeah,
We
maybe.
are!
Well, no, I just mean like there's the copyright thing in the credits before we leave the credits.
Oh, you're right.
Did you see it, Jake? Did you see it, Jake?
Jesus Christ.
No, I did not.
Did you see it, Jake? No.
So upon J.M. Barrie's death, this went to a children's hospital.
Oh,
I
that?
guess?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yes.
Just kidding. I mean, we
Did you
talked about
see
it.
anything about that in your research? Did you
That
bring this up
had
already?
happened.
Got it. Great.
No, I don't think I brought it up already, but let me take a peek again and I'll see if I missed anything significant.
Yeah, it's
Copyrights, Jack.
copyrighted to a children's hospital.
Mm-hmm.
In 1929, Barrie gave the copyright to the works featuring Peter Pan to Great Ormond Street Hospital, abbreviated GOSH, Britain's leading children's
Gosh, hospital.
and requested that the value of the gift should never be disclosed. This gift was confirmed in his will. Gosh has exercised these rights internationally to help support the work of the institution.
That's kind of sweet.
So do they still own the rights, or has it gone to the public domain?
The Copyright Designs and Patents Act 1988 includes a statutory provision granting royalties in perpetuity to Great Ormond Street Hospital. Specifically, the act provides that the hospital trustees are entitled to a royalty, quote, in respect of any public performance, commercial publication, or communication to the public of the whole or any substantial part of the play or an adaptation of it.
Aye. Understood.
What? That's a lot of legalese.
Yeah, that's a lot of hypothetically. Business. Numbers. No, that's actually kind of interesting that he did that for being obsessed with children. Anyways,
All right.
Enter the public domain this year. There.
This year.
This year's in 24. This year's in 23.
24.
I love Nana. Absolutely obsessed.
Is that
with
where
it
we're
now.
starting?
Yeah, we get the opening credits, which Trevor has very verbally based his
Yeah,
opinions
shut
on
the
this
fuck
very
up.
many times.
We fly down through London. Pretty.
Yeah.
Family, they're fighting. Hubbada. We got Nana. She's got the tonic. The gin. I don't know.
No.
the medicine as children in this
Brimstone
time
and
were
treacle.
fed.
Yeah, it's brimstone and treacle.
You just had to take your medicine. You don't know what's
Just
in
a
it.
spoonful of the shit, and you're good.
Probably just a little bit of radium, and there
That's
you
it.
are.
Yeah.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Medicine go down. Medicine go down.
They're all fighting. George and Wendy are there. They're bickering. The kids get in trouble.
Yeah, the kids
Wendy,
are playing.
girl boss moment where she's like, what did you do to your thing? He's like, it hurt me.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
And yeah.
Immediately, there's a very light tone to all of this, which is different from the book.
Everything's
Which
just
threw
like
young
joyful. Everything is happy. It's all just like high paced.
The kids are having a great time. The mom's there.
Dad's being dad.
The dad is the only one out of everyone who's just not having it.
He's being a bitch for some
He's
reason.
just being an asshole. Like, these kids are like, I have an imagination. He's like, stop that shit.
And then here's a bit of Mickey Mousing where he like points and there's orchestration.
Yeah,
Shang,
no,
Shang.
the Mickey, if it's Mickey Mousing is one of my favorite things in cinema. It's like, it's so funny to me when you can just point and have like a bum bum behind you.
Nana's
We
butt
really
did
need
it
to bring it
going
back.
down the stairs. It went do.
Yeah.
On like a what is it, a xylophone? Like a,
Oh, and it went down. Yeah. So really, the big part in this is the father's like, "Hey, you're grown up now. You can't sleep in the
they're
nursery."
Like, but Wendy said, and he's like, Wendy.
Yeah, he gets really mad that Wendy's telling them stories.
And it's like, you're gonna be grown up, no more nursery. Last night.
You have to get your own room now. And she's like, no. And everyone's like, no. They're like, fine, you get one more night, but we're not going there.
And then they leave.
Yeah, and then the parents leave to go to whatever freaking party they're
Or opera or
Yeah.
something.
doing
probably an
adult
opera.
things with adult people.
And then we get Mr. Scary Ass Pan on the rooftops.
I
just like
love-
stalking.
I love
They
how
make him-
scary he
They
is.
It's
make
like,
him seem
ooh,
like
he
a
shows up.
villain. Like,
Yeah,
I generally,
he's like a little demon.
if you don't know the story of Peter Pan at first, it's just kind of like a little demon boy just on top of your roof.
And then he comes in, he's looking for a shadow.
Yeah, because he went to this house and a shadow was stolen from him, so he needed to get it back.
And so he's finding the shadow. Tink's like, hey, it's in this drawer. He's like, really? And then she gets stuck in the drawer. Haha.
Well, yeah, because Wendy wakes up and is
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you came back for your shadow. Here, let me help you." And the entire time he's like, "What? Stop!" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna help you put on your shadow. You lost it. The dog stole it out of your."
talk
Oh my
too
god.
much.
Oh my god. I know we were stalling in the credits, but slow down, my guys.
There's nothing interesting in this. We're just trying to get
No,
through
no,
it.
no.
And
Let's
I
start with
enjoy recapping.
let's start with Tinkerbell. Let's talk about Tinkerbell.
Well, we just got here, yeah.
Yeah, we just got to the Tinkerbell part.
Yeah,
That's what we're
now
gonna
talking
continue.
about
Yeah.
Tinkerbell.
It's interesting that she's like the icon of Disney and specifically like Disney magic.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like pixie dust and Tink are like the crux of it's like the magical core of Disney.
It's weird because
They got in a little box.
in this movie she is, one might say,
Cunt. She's cunty.
yes. Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Someone
She
needed to say
serves
it.
so much cunt.
Oh my god.
I've probably asked this so many times. We're rated at just explicit, right?
Oh yeah, no, these are all rated
No,
explicit.
yeah, these are not for kids.
Thank the
I
heavens.
genuinely in every episode say like it's like, hey, is this from? They ask, is this episode meant for kids? And I say,
No.
no. It's like, yes, it's a Disney podcast, but it is children should not be listening to us.
No,
Not
this is an
Jake
adult
with
Disney
the
podcast.
string of cunts.
Yeah.
Cunt.
Yeah, there's-
Cunt.
Hey, for an entire minute, it's Jake. I'm gonna get a compilation of every time Jake says cunt and just put it together.
Years of my life of me saying cunt.
It's great. It's a great energy because she like actually has a personality in this.
Yeah, it's not like she's just like, oh, it's like a fairy being a fairy. She's like kind of a bitch, and so you're like, why? Like you're more like, why? It makes her more human in a way.
Are you guys? You guys know all about like the Disneyland TV show, right?
Of Peter Pan or Tinkerbell?
Of the show called Disneyland that debuted a couple years after this.
No,
Of-
I don't think so.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so this tends to exist in some form of an or another throughout Disney history. It started out just being called Disneyland, and then it was called Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, which is where
Color.
That's where that song comes from.
Really?
Yep.
Color. I thought that's just what World of Color was originally called. That's what I assumed.
You just
I thought it was like just originally called
Like, they
Walt
made it-
Disney's like
right,
like
right,
Magic
right.
World of Color,
They
and
did
I was
that in
like,
Paris this year.
ah.
Like it was
Yeah,
just
I
an
saw the
old
clips. It looks so
park
cool.
attraction.
Yeah, I
that
thought it was
they
like the
had.
previous World of Color. So I was like, oh, it's
Yeah, so the whole point of the show was just like it was originally called Disneyland because the point of it was to like raise funds for the park. And so it was split up into Frontierland, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, and like a bunch of like Davy Crockett comes from the Disneyland show. A lot of
I'm
like
excited to watch those. I don't know why. I'm just really excited.
Davy Crockett is
I feel like
An
we're gonna
interesting
have
time.
a great time with Davy Crockett.
if there's some interesting stuff with Native American issues in
I have a
this
funny
movie.
story with Davy Crockett that I would tell when we get there.
I love this story.
So, point being, Tinkerbell in the intro of Disneyland it's like Tomorrowland, and it's Tinkerbell in like an astronaut suit, and like Frontierland, and she's got like a pheasant cap and a rifle, and then it ends with Fantasyland, and she like makes everything explode into pixie dust. And I think that is the exact moment when Tinkerbell stopped being allowed to have a personality.
That
Because-
was when she like
Because suddenly she became synonymous with Disney purely because of a movie that had been released 2 years before. Trevor, I stole your turf. Xander's conspiracy theories.
No,
Anyway,
no, it's okay.
Kingdom Hearts
I-
Corner?
Kingdom Hearts Corner?
Yeah, Trevor. Do the Kingdom Hearts corner.
Do it.
Is that what
Um,
Xander sounds like?
Yes. Syllable for syllable. I only know of, like, I don't know that show, but I know she does that on Soarin'. At the end, she walks,
That's
she gets on the screen, and then she goes
true.
poof, and it goes into fireworks.
Fireworks.
She poofs it to only fireworks.
Yep, that originates from a TV show intro.
She also does it. She used to do it at the
I mean, she's the thing around the castle.
old Disney CDs, you know, like the Disney Fast Play.
Yeah,
She would do
Yeah.
that.
Cosplay. I mean, she is everywhere.
It's interesting. I've brought this up before. The thing I'm most interested in is like the branding of Disney, because Disney history is written by Disney. And so you like
How did she become so famous?
I that's what I'm saying. I think it's because of
The Disneyland TV show.
I think that made her
Isn't that like-
an icon separate from this movie.
Yeah, because like I remember I know this is about a campaign D&D thing, but we were talking about like who were the characters that transcend their movie, and Tinkerbell was one of them because I don't like when you think of Tinkerbell, like it's Peter Pan, but Tinkerbell's just kind of like a Disney brand, and
Yeah,
same
you
with
think when I think of Tinkerbell, I don't associate her with Peter Pan. I just think of Tinkerbell.
And I don't necessarily associate Peter Pan with Disney, but I associate Tinkerbell with Disney.
Yes.
What do you guys think about A, You Can Fly as a song, and B, the You Can Fly sequence out of all the like sequences in this movie as the iconic sequence?
I think it's fan-fucking-tastic song. It's just like joyful. It's just good. It's just good. That's how I feel about it.
No, I love this. I think it's a good iconic scene for them. Like
I think it encapsulates exactly what the movie's
encapsulates.
trying to say.
Is that an actual word?
It sounds encapsulates.
No, he said encapsulates.
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 Okay, so that is a word. It's just you said it wrong.
It sounds
I
like
just
a
say it
song that would be super popular on the radio at the time.
You Can Fly?
Yeah.
You're so right.
It's also my favorite part of the ride.
That's what I was saying that, and then Jake told me to shut up.
I'm gonna talk about the ride at the end.
Oh, no, we
when
will.
the
I was just
ship that
saying.
you're
I'm
in
not gonna
flies
keep,
over
like,
the little teeny city.
talking about it.
Okay, anyways, they fly. Nana's like, "What the fuck?" And then the little boy is just like, "Here, take some pixie dust, fly with us," and is still
And
tied by
drags her
the.
along with a leash.
Yeah, it's
There
still-
were drafts of this movie where the dog was going to go with them.
and as fucking Nana should have.
There were also drafts of this movie where Peter Pan was going to kidnap Wendy.
That makes sense for
I
what
was like that. I was gonna say that's valid, but
In
like
the
it's
beginning-
not valid in like a society standpoint. But for the movie, for Peter Pan, valid for him.
It's a cool
way
dark
to hype
turn.
that.
Checks.
It feels more like a subversion of Peter Pan than like Peter Pan,
But also
or
that
like
makes,
a deconstruction of Peter Pan.
That makes sense for Peter Pan. I feel like he would do that.
I mean, what is he doing other than
Kidnapping
luring
children.
to
Genuinely,
live
he's
with
like, "Come with me," and then he's like, "I guess your brother's
In
gonna
the
come."
Once Upon a Time show, Peter Pan is a villain. He's the villain of the season.
Yeah.
him. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the overworking villain for one of the seasons.
That's cool.
Pete.
I'm not gonna spoil anything about
Sweet
shit.
Pete.
About Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
I tried so hard. I got to like season 3 and I was
And
like, I
got
can't do it
so
anymore.
far.
I couldn't do it anymore. It was just like, it's cool because it's Disney, but at the same time, it's just like trying to cross over too many stories all at once. And I'm just
It's Disney catnip because I think Disney fans of our
It's
sort we
very-
just
it's
want
very
big
loose.
crossovers.
It's very loose Disney, which is nice. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily those characters from the
I
from the story.
right,
it's,
but it's like
it's close enough,
interpretations
you
of them.
know.
I'm like, okay, yeah, it feels like a real life human version, the Disney version.
that's what's like
It's
weird
human.
about it too. It's just like, it's both like in a weird uncanny valley of like being very Disney, but at the same time has nothing to do with Disney. It's like,
Yeah,
It's
I
like
guess so. That
like, because and if you like look at it, like Belle and the Beast are totally not how they are in the fucking movie.
but then you also get like the Frozen season, and they look
Ex-
exactly like. The
Oh my
fucking
god! I
movies.
see. The only reason I know the Frozen season is because I skipped ahead because I didn't want to do it. But no, maybe I'll try watching that again after I'm done
You should,
with
like,
Glee.
skip
But
through seasons. Find a season you like.
I watched 3 seasons fully through, and 1 through 3 hated, didn't like it. Hook was hot. Fucking what's his name? Rumpelstiltskin. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? The guy who
What's
plays
his name?
Robert
What's his
Carlyle.
name? What's his
Yes,
name?
Robert Carlyle.
Robert Carlyle as Rumpelstiltskin.
He's hot. I watch it for the skinny little.
I want him to give me dirty mouth kisses.
So they get
Whoa.
to Neverland.
We get to Neverland. Pirates are fucking around, and then cannonball in the sky.
Yeah,
He tries to kill them.
Wendy's
Fails.
like, oh shit.
yeah. Hook's like, fuck these guys, kill him.
Tink then's like, fuck you, Wendy, and tries to go get the Lost Boys to kill Wendy. Which is
Yeah, shoot her down from the sky as Wendy's just trying to not be in the
It's a
vicinity.
Wendy bird.
Wendy bird, yeah. And then they actually get her down, and they're all really happy as Peter Pan had to save her fucking life.
And then Pete's like, Tink, you're banished forever. And then she's like, whatever. And then
Yeah, whatever, major loser, and flies away in a weird humph.
and then he's like, I mean it. She's like, oh fuck. And then she's like, it's only a week. He's like, fine, a week. That's what I know. Peter Pan is so just child. Like,
Yeah.
he should not be the guiding force with the Lost Boys, like, at all.
He really shouldn't. Again, I think this is where my kind of uncanny valley was when I first saw the movie. Because book Peter Pan is a sociopath, and the book kind of knows it, because children are sociopaths.
Yes.
Like, he's genuinely innocent, and his thing is that he stays innocent, but that also means that he can do absolutely horrible things and think nothing of it.
Yeah, it's...
It's also a much longer time span. So, like, when Tink has to, serve out her banishment, a few days go by. And this is more like they spend a night in Neverland and have some misadventures.
Yeah.
So it's a much more condensed form, and it's a much more lighthearted take. Which, again, on this viewing, I was able to be like, this is kind of fun. And it helped watching it with you guys, because, let's be real, the jokes were landing.
They were. They were landing.
There were times
hard.
where we'll get to the times where they're just absolutely not, but when it hits, it hits.
This movie's really, really funny.
It does have some funny bits in there.
It's, I don't know, I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, there is really funny bits in this movie that I'm like, that's...
Part of it is, like, also, like, making fun of it is part of the fun. Where it's just, like, making a joke out of what it's trying to do, because we all know what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's where the fun bit is, where it's like, oh, we gotta laugh about that, not because it's funny, because it's bad.
Bad with quotes.
Yeah.
What happens next?
We do have like a scene or two with Hook and his crew. I don't know if you want to get into that now or later.
I mean, it's just like pirate doing pirate thing.
Hook's crew is not super interesting in this.
No,
Of no fault of their own.
it's like him, Shmi, and then the crew. There's no like someone that outlies the crew as like a secondary under Shmi or a secondary anything. It's just. Crew.
I love the
part of
bits...
that condensed nature of it, where it's just like you just get a taste of them.
Yeah, I love the bits of Shmi and Hook, but the crew is just kind of there. I feel like as
Hook and Shmi's I think they're a great villain sidekick duo. They're fucking funny as shit. Shmi's like innocent. He's just a man who's just like doing.
He's just doing his best.
He's just doing his best, and I think they're a great combo.
Yeah, I respect.
God,
Going on.
movies.
He's like Tiger Lily. She must know where Pan is. So he kidnaps them. The Indians come and beat the kids up.
Oh yeah, they
we
do
want
this.
my daughter.
They do the thing where they split up, where Peter Pan and Wendy are like, we're gonna go see the mermaids, and then the guys are like, I don't want to go see mermaids. I want to go hunt for Indians.
God.
So they all go hunting. And as they're hunting, they sing the freaking "Following the Leader" song, which is one of my favorite songs in this entire movie.
Did that song originate from this movie?
I think so.
Because I mean, I've heard it in like school, and teachers are singing. Like I've heard it everywhere.
I genuinely don't know.
Like,
I can look it up.
Was it
was
like a public domain song they just kind of like stole and
I could imagine it was like a little like rhyme thing that they used to do back then, and then this movie just kind of like
cemented it into a song.
Like I'm sure.
But also, it's cute and Disney-fied because no one's gonna get hurt. But
that was one
they're
of the
hunting Indians.
Well, yeah. In context, they're hunting Indians. It's weird, but like in like school, I would remember like we would do that. That's how when we had to get into line and like go to lunch or something, there would always be the line leader, and then my teacher would sing that as we walked. I mean, again, in the context of the movie, it's kind of weird because they're following the leaders to hunt for Indians.
Yeah.
It is
Uh,
original to this movie.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That makes sense that this kind of
It
made
just
it a thing.
kind of like I think it transcends it's the movie. It's kind of just a
Song that people sing
everyone
to follow.
knows
Yeah.
to like, hey, follow someone, and people
Like I was
follow
talking about my
you.
kindergarten story. It was just like we just kind of follow the leader. And it's like, okay, sing that song.
It's an odd thing about the music that none of the songs feel really tied to the
That
movie.
is, except for "You Can Fly." I feel like it's the only one where I'm like, this is Peter Pan's
Yeah.
song. This is the song for Peter Pan.
And yet no one in the movie sings it.
Just, that's
they,
weird.
they speak it.
In rhyme.
Yeah, they say the lyrics, I guess.
They say the lyrics musically, but they don't sing it.
They get fucking the Indians are there, and the chief's like, "Where's my daughter?
Oh yeah,
I want my daughter back."
they have an entire funny bit where it's like, oh, we hunt each other, and then when we're caught, we get loose,
He
and
laid each
then
other. He's like, "No."
the chief is just like, nope, not today.
Incorrect.
You stole my daughter, and they're like,
"You
what?
died now."
Yeah, you die. If she's not here by sunset, you die. It's like, oh,
This is where the adaptation condensation kind of is a negative to the movie. It sucks that you don't see Tiger Lily before she is kidnapped. In my opinion,
Yeah,
I mean, like it's not like a movie breaker as much as it's just it is a minor problem that is
yeah.
endemic of something greater. But I don't know. She does have a larger role in the book that is mostly sanded down so she can be a fetch quest.
I know she's got a pretty giant role in the Wendy and Peter Pan, but whatever the new live action is, she's got a pretty big role.
The Disney live action that they made.
The newest one, she's got a pretty big role, so I don't know if they're taking more
That
from
makes
the book,
sense.
or do we get when are the mermaids? The mermaids are before.
No, the mermaids are after they the Lost Boys are.
Yes,
are
okay,
taken.
yeah. Chief is there. I want daughter back. I think we just transition into mermaids.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're just there.
He's like, if that my daughter's back, not by sunset, you die, and then he does the weird little thing, and then it fades into mermaids.
And then mermaids.
They're all kind of
Bitches, all of them,
Yep.
every single one of them, booby bitches,
boobied bitches.
boobied bitches. That's all they
try
are.
to drown Wendy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
Wendy kind of gets the
Booby
raw deal out of the
bitches.
three siblings. Like, she
Yeah.
does not have a good time.
John
in
and Mike
Neverland.
look at like hanging with the boys,
Yeah, like
chilling,
being
and then Wendy's be
pirates.
like
She's
being
getting fucking beat up on.
beat up, shot down, trying to be drowned, and then is like, "Yo, go get sticks. You're a woman. You can't dance."
And then all the boys expect her to be their leader and mother.
Yes.
They're like, "Oh yeah, hey mom, your mom."
Hashtag feminism.
What happens after the mermaids? Because again, the mermaids part to me isn't that interesting.
Um,
it's just
we
kind
get-
of a dynamic where Peter
it
Pan's
gets,
like, look at my.
The
Hook
best-
comes over, and then they're like, "Hook," and they all
Oh,
hide,
yeah.
and then Hook's now with Tiger Lily,
Right.
and we're in Skull
You're so right.
So yeah, we're in Skull Rock now.
They're like, "We're gonna drown you if you don't tell us where he is," and she's silent because she's Tiger Lily.
yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna tell you shit.
No path through water to the happy hunting ground, as he says.
And then Peter Pan fucking fucks with them.
Yeah, he
Makes
fucks
a
with
fool
him
out
and
of both of
Smee.
them. TikTok is there. I love when he's there. He
TikTok
might be
Rock.
one of my favorite characters in the
Show?
movie.
No, I love TikTok Rock. Yeah, this entire scene's interesting. I guess like
Copy. Okay. I love when he appears.
thank you. Yeah, this scene's just a. It's cool.
One of the
but
funniest bits, I think,
was
the
talking.
biggest laugh
I was
that it
talking.
got. I just want to forget.
okay.
Hook's in the cave being chased by TikTok.
Mhm.
He hits the wall. How
Mhm.
funny. He hits it again, and then TikTok like
Oh, bashes him fucking
through the wall. It was
that bit made me
we
and Jack
laughed
laugh.
so hard.
Let's not forget Peter Pan, master impressionist.
Yeah, he like
I thought you were gonna say something about masturbating. Anyway,
We have not brought up what a redemption arc for our man. He was a boy and now he's a man, Bobby Driscoll.
Oh God.
we haven't mentioned that yet. Oh my god.
We need to talk about it because we've spent so much time shitting on
If
him.
you're an avid listener, you're gonna know who this kid is. You're gonna
Bobby
Bobby
Driscoll.
Driscoll. He's
You're good. Keep talking. Keep talking.
There was a,
Keep
I
talking.
was like,
Keep
that
talking.
was very scary. I was like, why did everyone just look at you like that?
There was a thing with he wasn't good. He was a kid actor in a bunch of live action Disney movies. Sucked.
Yeah,
Uninteresting.
none of his children roles are interesting because he's just the same character.
And then
with
all
a
And to
of
be
a
different
fair, he
sudden-
wasn't served by the movies he was in, but he was not doing those movies any favors either.
name. No.
No. And then in this movie, I think he's fucking fantastic. I think he voices Pete exactly how he should be voiced.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's perfect.
It sounded like he got some acting classes in him or something because like it
Yeah.
genuinely has emotion behind
Like,
what he's
he-
saying.
it
Right.
sounds like a kind of like a pre-teenish kid who that's kind of just fucking around, doesn't really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just doing things. I don't
And
know.
he's incredibly likable. And it
Yeah.
would be
Yes.
so easy for this character to be unlikable because he's such a dick.
Yeah. Yes. He's so mature and stuff, but he's got such an innocent, like, childness to him.
Like, you can stay on his side through the movie.
Yeah. It's like everything, I don't know, it's just he's very charismatic and good guy. Trustworthy.
Good
And
guy.
also, his voice is burned into my brain forever because of one line in the...
Here we go. Ba-da-da.
From the magic...
That was just-
Land.
I was waiting. I was like, I
I
can't do
was-
the voice and I didn't want to, like, fuck it up, so you get to
fucking. Mine's still my favorite voice of his was still the Disney Fast Play, and like you had to go searching for your remote as you heard that.
It's the ba-da-da.
But the Disney Fast Play, did you ever have the like experience where you didn't have the remote and you had to
Yeah,
run
okay.
so you didn't have to see all the fucking trailers?
I think me having
Yes.
an anxiety
So-
disorder stems from Disney Fast Play.
Again,
It would, so,
you'd be relaxing watching a movie. It's like Disney Fast Play. You're like, shit, where's the fucking remote?
and a
How about
couple,
heading?
I think
Here
one of
we go.
the cars we had TV monitors, and so like put the DVD in, and then it's like Disney. And I'm looking for the fucking remote in the car with my seatbelt on, like no.
See, the problem with me is we had the TV remote, the like VHS remote,
And then like with the box
remote. So I would always grab the wrong one and press something. It's like, no, not this one. Not like run through.
My mom having to remind me to also turn off the cable box.
Yes. Oh my god. Or did you ever get in trouble for not rewinding your VHSs?
Yeah.
I got in trouble for that all the time because when you put in the movie, it would start from. It would just
Yeah.
show like the credits would be paused. My mom would get pissed at me.
Be kind, rewind, baby.
I didn't know what that meant for the longest time.
It's so again, we were at the end of that generation of like VHSs.
Yeah.
Um,
We're not the end of like when they're popular, but the end of their existence.
You
we
know-
were the end of their existence.
You know, Trevor, you asked us what our life, or no, whoever was asking about life, I'll tell you what happened in life. We're getting old. We're
yeah,
so
right?
old.
We're only in our fucking 20s.
That's like the opposite of what this movie's
I'm
trying to
older
do,
than
but,
all of
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
not
we
by that
grew up-
much.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still a kid. You're still a kid at heart.
Yeah.
Technically, everyone's still a child.
What?
What the
Technically.
fuck kind of take is
No,
that?
not technically.
What kind of-
What?
I need you to
You
explain
have a
yourself.
parent. You're a kid to them. No matter what, they're always your child. So technically, in someone's eyes, you're always a kid.
We did it, boys.
Yeah.
We saved Tiger Lily.
We saved Tiger Lily, and they're like, okay, let's take you back to your home. And we get the best song ever made by Disney.
Yep.
What makes the red man red?
Second only to Zippy Doo Dah.
Second only. Zippy Doo Dah is actually a good song.
Zippity doo dah. You can.
You
My
can,
Anyways.
mom loves that song.
you can take that and not associate it with the movie it's in.
You can
I'm-
read this one.
I want you to go sing What Makes the Red Man Red right now in a public space.
Like, I'm stupid. Zippity doo dah could be, like, really racist. But even then, the song is still called What Makes the Red Man Red. I think we have
Is
a winner.
Zippity Doo Dah racist?
I don't know.
Could it
But
be?
this song is called What Makes the Red Man Red.
To me, it's just a man singing. Is
Yeah,
there
but
more
you're
than that? I don't know.
What?
I don't want to feel bad. Like, I don't want to be that person. But
I
to
don't
me,
want to be that guy.
Trevor, Jake's just trying to cause chaos, as he
I know,
always
well,
does,
like,
and
to
you
me,
shouldn't
Zippity
let
Doo Dah
him.
isn't a bad song. What makes the red man red? I feel weird just saying the title of the name.
I've yet to say the title.
Title of the name? What did I just say?
I didn't. Shut up.
Just okay. The depiction of Native Americans in this movie in general is not great. All of the characters are very I don't know. They're very exaggerated and cartoony in a movie that tends to have very realistic human forms. So they look very, like, I don't know, less human in a way. except for the female characters, which there is a long history of indigenous women being like sexualized, so that's its own can of worms.
Well, you have to do in the pretty ones because they also have the other girls.
Well,
that
yeah,
are...
which is just horrible in its own way. It really sucks. It really sucks, and I don't like it, and I don't want to talk about it much longer.
No, again,
it really puts a damper on the movie for me because so much of the middle chunk of this movie is kind of, it's not even that much time, but it feels like this black hole that kind of sucks everything else into it.
Yeah, it's just a weird part. I mean, like, I guess it's just the times, but at the same time, it's so...
But even,
I mean,
like,
it
all
hurts.
of the animators basically went on record later saying, yeah, we went a little far on that one.
Yeah,
We shouldn't have done that.
It was
That was our bad, guys.
They took a stereotype joke and just made a song about
Yeah,
it. And it was,
this is funny, right, guys? And they were like, yeah, and then later on they're like, that wasn't very funny, guys. That wasn't funny at all.
yeah, but anyways, that entire weird scene
That
happens.
happens. Drugs get passed around. It's
I don't know. They go home and are still like on their Indian
on-
high.
yeah.
They smoked the peace pipe there, so they're...
Yeah. Pan gets grumpy.
Yeah, because Brandy's like, we have to go to bed, and he's like, no, and they're like, yeah.
No,
And
yeah,
then,
she's like, we have to go to bed because we're going home tomorrow. And he's like, you're not going home.
you're not going home, and
You can be wherever.
he goes into his room and pouts
Yeah.
while he gives Wendy gives the other kids like a story and like
and then a song.
like hey, your mom's there for you. And,
What do
Really,
you guys think of
really
this
funny
song?
moment.
Oh.
When the song begins, she's like wiping the thing off of little John's. John is the little one, right? John is the baby.
No,
no,
Michael's
John,
the baby.
Michael's baby, yeah.
Michael. Getting the thing, war paint off Michael, and then goes, so it says like your mother, and he just goes, the fuck? I was like, yeah, that's not your mom. He was just like, no.
This song I think is good for the two kids. It's kind of disrespectful for the Lost Boys. It's like, go home to your mother. Your mother's nice, and these Lost Boys are just like, I don't have mom.
It feels like a weird artifact from the book, because in the book she is taken to Neverland to be their mother.
That's what she is in this one. That's
Is that what she is in
right,
this?
well, yeah,
I totally missed that.
Before
Okay.
they woke up John and Michael, he went, awesome, you can be our mother.
Okay.
And just like, try to leave with her, and she went, no, I gotta pack. And then
We might have been talking over that line, so I thought they just left that out.
But no,
Okay.
his original intent was,
come to
because
Neverland to
she
be our
goes,
mother.
My mother
yeah.
goes,
So
mother, someone who cares for you. Oh, you can be our mother, let's go.
So I thought they were lessening kind of the weird Freudian stuff in the book, but no, it's there
it's
completely.
and-
There.
yeah, no,
Her role is to
it's
be
just
a
like-
woman. That is like her, that is her role.
Yeah, and when they're going to Neverland, it was like, hey, let's go. And she was like, no, I have to do this. It's like, wait, you can't do stories anymore? She's like, no. And he's like, oh, if you can do stories here. And she's like, oh, that's like the mother thing. And he's like, oh, mother, you can be our mother. And
But then-
yanks her out the fucking window.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Yeah,
is a weird.
it's-
The entire reason she's there to be the
Is
mother.
She's not there to have fun with the boys. Peter Pan's like, you're here to be our mom.
Honestly, good for her. No wonder they only stay a night.
Yeah, when he's like, fuck this shit, I'm getting out. The pirates come because they hear of Tinkerbell's abandonment, and then
Oh, that's right, because they
Tinkerbell's
kidnapped
been banished
Tinkerbell
for a week, and so they kidnap her, and she fucking
She walked
spills
all
the
over a
beans,
map.
walked on a map, and then was like, "Don't fucking harm Peter Pan," and he's like, "I won't." He lied. I feel like Olaf. Do you know when he's retelling the stories?
Oh, that one short.
Yeah, that's what that felt like. Where it was like, and I won't hurt him. He lied. And then
Lying. Sorry. Oh my god.
Trevor,
That was fucking inside of me. That was
I'm glad it's
inside of
out.
me. I know you don't understand what I just did, but it was very
No.
important to what I just. I would like to apologize. No one else is gonna get that. Xander is going to be the only person on this planet that understands what I just did.
Mhm.
Sure.
and Rachel.
What?
Okay.
Don't worry about it. You'll hear when you listen
Um,
to the episode.
Good to know.
Pirates, they get there, they take him, they kidnap him,
Pirates.
and then Peter Pan wakes up, or like comes out, and there's a present from Wendy. Oh no, what could it be? A bomb. Kablam.
We're
Do
gonna
you-
be a bomb.
Do y'all know what it is in the original?
No.
Also a bomb.
It's poison.
I was gonna say worse than a bomb.
It's poison, and Tink drinks the bottle of poison, and then that's when the whole "if you believe in fairies, clap your hands if you believe."
What adaptation does that happen in?
The play.
original.
Original play.
This
yeah.
was originally
There's
a play.
There's a movie.
Oh, 2003 live action.
I was like, there's a specific movie that I know
in fairies.
where they're like crowded around and and I was like, I was
Don't they do it in
expecting it
Hook?
in the movie.
Don't they do it in Hook?
No, I don't think so.
I swear they do it in Hook.
No, I don't think so. I feel like
I
there's.
think I'm thinking of the movie
specifically
you're talking about.
There's an animated movie that they. I feel. I don't know.
There's another animated movie.
I could be just like thinking like of two different things, and it's one in my head. Or
Are you thinking of the sequel potentially?
it could potentially be the sequel, because I
I have not seen the sequel.
it might happen in Hook.
I swear it happens in Hook.
I'm like trying
What
to
happens in Hook?
I have not
The
seen
clap
Hook
if
in
you
a
believe
very
in
long time.
where you gotta like
fairies
clap to
thing.
believe in fairies.
I do not remember. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Okay, anywho, that happened somewhere. It's like one of my things that I remember specifically from Peter Pan. I don't know why.
Right.
That's like a crucial part of the story for me is Tink like
They did it
almost
in
dying and them having to be like, wake up, Tink.
Peter and the Starcatcher. They did that.
Well, yeah.
There's that entire bit in that, and it's really funny because the entire joke is no one's supposed to clap, and then it's just Hook like clapping.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
I think this might be this might be another element that makes me rate this movie a little lower than the other animated movies from this decade, because like this should be the low point before like the climax of the movie, right? Like Tinkerbell almost dying.
Yeah, I feel like that part of the story should be like, it's crucial. It's like they get kidnapped, Tink almost dies. It's very bad, and then it's good.
And you don't really get that in this movie because it just doesn't
I
really
mean,
linger.
the kids
on
are
it.
even like they're kidnapped for a couple minutes. They're there.
Yeah.
He's like, I give him a bomb, and then Tink gets mad, breaks out, goes and saves him, and then he's back at the ship and frees him like immediately.
I think on
There's
that
no like capture. The kids aren't like in danger for any time.
I think because of that, I think it makes this movie feel a little disposable to me. Because that combined with the fact that, you know, you have your villains, which, while incredibly funny, do not pose a threat.
No, Hook is not a threat in the fucking slightest.
He is
He
completely
loses
incompetent.
every battle. He never wins anything.
He never gets a win.
And Shmee's just there to be the guy. He's there to be his man. He's just there to be Shmee.
Yeah, most like movie setups are like there's that point where you just believe in the protagonist can't do anything to
Yeah,
win.
I feel like
Yeah.
there's always a point where it's like the villain
This
is
one,
winning. The
You
villain
don't get
is
that.
the villain is being villain.
The closest you get to that is Tinkerbell's dead. She's not alive anymore, but she is.
It's
And you know, that doesn't make this movie bad necessarily.
No.
But also when I'm
I think
thinking
it's
about
undercutting
like
the story.
yeah,
It's-
when I'm thinking about my favorite Disney movies, I kind of want to feel something at
Yes.
some point.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
it's good to feel, I guess, happy in the tones, but I also like to feel that happy. I want to feel that low, like give me that low and then build it back up.
Exactly. Make it a higher high.
make it a higher high because it's just sitting there and it's like he's fine. Like everything's fine.
We're out of beans.
Jeez, it scared the
Hook's like, hey, you either walk the plank or take the pen. And we made a funny joke. I won't get into it, but there was a funny pen joke.
I want to join a pirate
if
crew.
you get the
I'd do it.
Benjamin, you know what we're talking about. Wendy walks off the plank and there's no splash, and then all of the pirates go, no splash.
And it's super weird.
Exactly
They're talking
like
like
that.
cavemen.
Splash none, Captain.
She's a witch.
The fuck the wench go?
The fuck the wench at?
Their brains just
And
break
then
in that moment.
Pete saved Wendy. They go. He fucks with Hook again. They have a
I
cool
thought you were
battle.
gonna say they fuck. I was
No.
like, oh.
They might later.
Nope.
No.
No.
He fucks her kid in Hook. He fucks her kid.
Yep. Okay.
That is true.
That's
You know
very
what?
valid.
Point taken, Jake. Facts and logic written down for us.
Hook loses. He gets in the water. Nom. Go away. It's really funny when he skips on the water. We laughed about that.
Oh yeah, he like
Smee. It just.
Smee.
Oh, and that fucking crocodile at the bottom in the water.
Oh
like,
shucks.
Oh, this croc. No,
like the
like,
whole time.
This crocodile is
The
just
entire
so
battle
horny to
between
get.
Hook and Pan. He's like, ooh.
he doesn't even
what's
care.
happening?
He doesn't even care who dies. He's just hungry.
He's like, And then there's a really funny, literally, shucks.
But yeah, I
Just
mean,
smacks the water.
Captain Hook and the crocodile run into the distance, and I guess you just kind of assume Day in Neverland. It's gonna happen again tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just they're gone.
It does set it up like it's like a Hook, but and like theme music starts
Yeah, that's
playing.
kinda how it
It's
is,
like,
where it's like-
True.
Well, classic Hook.
classic Hook.
Because we saw so many
Wah,
times of him
wah.
escape that crocodile. It's not like it doesn't feel like they're fighting, but more like the crocodile's playing. And Hook is like terrified for his fucking life, and the crocodile's like, haha, yump, haha, yump.
Only one party involved knows it's a joke.
Yeah, and it's so funny.
It's
They make the ship pixie dusted. It's gold now.
solid
we fly back.
gold,
In addition-
3-ton.
An addition that's not in the book, in my opinion, the single best addition in this entire movie. I love the golden
I mean,
ship.
it's like it's like them raising their own flag, kind of. It's
Yeah.
like, this is our ship.
that
Yum.
it's so cool.
It's gold. They fly back. They go back home. The parents come home. They're like, Wendy, what are you doing by the window? And then the dad all of a sudden is like, I know the parachute. I remember
Well,
it.
I like the
And
part,
then
that
complete,
part.
like,
I am a lost boy from Neverland.
No,
No!
We can't do any of that. No, but I think that like the father seeing the ship is supposed to be this cool thing where it's like, oh, this is just Peter Pan is this thing for childhood is like never lose your inner child.
I
Like
think it's
meaning.
really he's so against like Peter Pan. You know what? I know that ship.
Well, because
And there's
It's like
completely
the
just like
it's like the repressed memories come back up, and it's like, oh, was he? He must have gone to Neverland at one time.
but
you know?
it's so fast where it's like,
Oh, I know.
well, okay, cool, and then that's the end of the movie. That's it.
All is forgiven.
Yep.
no, the father's like everything I said, forget about it.
And then John and Michael die in World War II.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
we did-
World War II is the next movie.
Fucking. I remember watching that. The second one. The what is it called? Wendy Returns or something. like
Return
that.
to Neverland.
Return to Neverland. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Where
That
it's, like,
movie got
Wendy's kid.
released in theaters.
Yeah, I remember that movie. It was like weird. Like they were in the that. We'll get to that.
We have to.
Yeah. All right. So now that movie's over, you want to talk about anything else about the movie? General specifics or anything?
Let me take a look at my notes.
I don't have anything that I can think of or anything in the notes.
Sure, give it
You
to
were
me.
ready for this one, Jake.
I
just
know
wanna
this
say-
movie so well.
Absolutely,
It's like
excellent.
in there.
Excellent work.
How well I know this
Oh
movie?
my
I didn't
God,
write down a
Girl
single
Scout
note.
cookie
Really?
season?
Yeah.
All of my notes are water scores and like Girl Boss Tank.
Mine are all
I love
mental,
this movie.
Mine are all
Love
mental
that.
notes.
Right.
The only part of my notes I have is the name and the date, so I can. I mean, the year it came out, so I can.
I have to have a little water score.
It's
Yes.
Girl Scout cookie season.
Fuck yeah, I love Girl Scout cookies. Anyways,
Any specifics you want to go over?
Kingdom Hearts Corner.
Kingdom Hearts Corner.
Okay.
I guess since you actually have something, nothing for conspiracy theories for me, and you already did your water
Yeah.
score, so
So-
Xander.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts Corner.
So I mean, this movie in general is like all of the pieces are kind of replicated throughout Disney, even though, like, I don't know if the movie itself is as replicated.
No, not really, but like
But the point being, it lends its world in a very good way, right?
yeah. It's I mean it
Um,
feels like Peter Pan. I mean with the ship you have Big Ben, which is like a moment
So
that's really important.
Peter Pan is in, I want to say, 4 games. One of them doesn't. No, 5 games. One of them doesn't count.
Which one?
Chain of Memories.
Is that the DS one?
That's the card game. Do we watched some of it.
Yeah. Oh, I do remember Chain of Memories.
Is that like the second one with?
That's when they're in the castle.
Yeah,
It's with the cards.
Namane.
Nominee.
God, I love talking about Kingdom Hearts because I love saying things that sound like gibberish. Anyway, it appears in all those games. In the first game, you're on a pirate ship the whole time. You never go to Neverland.
You go to Big Ben.
You do go to Big Ben, and you get Tinkerbell as a summon. She's the best summon in the game because if you die, she will revive you. You can get through bosses by summoning Tinkerbell and then hiding and making your party members attack the bosses.
Gamer strats.
That first playthrough.
Strategies if you guys want to play this game.
In the second game, does he show up at all, Peter Pan?
In the second game, Peter Pan is a summon.
Him himself?
Yep.
Is Twink? Is Tink a summon?
I think it's like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell kind of working in unison.
Third game?
So the next game they appear in is called 358 Days Over 2, which is set in the middle of the second game.
Okay.
From a different person's perspective. Anyway, he goes
That's
or no,
the DS
it's set
game.
it's set in between the first couple games. Anyway.
Panda's a summon?
I haven't thought about this shit in years. Yeah. You go to Neverland, except it's a bunch of like small land masses. And you never actually go to the main island.
Ah. Do it like Skull Rock or anything?
You see it in the distance. And then the game following it, BBS, which is like a prequel to everything, you actually get to go to Neverland. It's the final world in the game, or like the final Disney world in the game. It's one of the better worlds in the game.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, it shows up a lot. And I love Kingdom Hearts. It is so important to me. It can be so repetitive with some of the Disney stuff sometimes. They've said the director, who is famously obtuse, gave an interview in Japanese, which I have read the translation of, that seems to imply that they're not going to do hand-drawn animated movie worlds in Kingdom Hearts anymore, which makes me really sad because story-wise, like, yeah, the Disney movies don't necessarily have an effect on the plot, but, like, they happen. They're worlds you have gone to within the universe.
Yeah, they're, like, part of the
and, like, there's
the atmosphere of the game.
Like, there's a moment in the first game and in the prequel game where, like, multiple characters, main characters, are like, oh, yeah, we'll come back and visit you sometime, Peter Pan. And it's like, I don't know. I'd kind of like to see that in 3D, high def on a PS5.
Oh, I love the PS5 shit. And I'm so excited for so many games are going to get remasters and re-releases on the PS5 that are just going to look beautiful.
Just biding my time. Anyway, how many...
We didn't talk about the parks yet.
We have to rate the movie first.
Let's rate the movie.
Okay, fair enough. How many...
How many Twinkerbells?
Twinkerbells.
Out of 5. Rach, I feel like you haven't gotten to say a ton about the movie. What is your rating? How many Twinkerbells?
I would give it.
You were at gunpoint.
I was gonna say a 3 out of 5.
Good.
Whatever your rating is how many more bullets I'm gonna put in this gun.
That's how many blanks you get.
That's how many blanks you
Elaborate on that.
get.
Like,
Oh, one blank. Wow, that's gonna suck.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's
Man,
it's
5
a
rounds?
classic. It's a fun story, and it's super racist.
yeah. Trevor?
So, I know you just said it was racist and everything, which I agree with. But I love this movie. But I have to give it a 5 out of 5
All right.
because like I could genuinely just put this movie on again. But that's like
But the aside, putting like objective problems aside, what this movie means to you, it is a 5 out of 5 Disney movie.
yeah, it's like I could genuinely like we just watched it. I could go out there, put on the movie, and watch it again. Like I could be perfectly fine.
I could like literally just go out and watch that movie again right now.
Yeah.
If we all wanted to, I could.
Like to again, this made like for this ending season finale for ranking reasons, it may like turn into a different rank. But for now, it's a 5 out of 5 for me. It is a
I think we're gonna have quite a few movies in the next coming seasons that are just gonna be like the end. It's all like 4.5.
We're
out of
eating
5,
pretty
5
good
out of 5,
right
4.5
now.
Out of 5.
I give it 3 out of 5. I talked way too much about my problems with the movie. Jake, any last thoughts?
5 out of 5. 5 out of Twinks.
5 twinks.
Five Twinks.
I don't
Burgers
just
and
like
drinks.
this movie means a lot. Like to me, I don't know why it just does. It's just like the truest form of Disney, and like
Right.
it's just like it feels like the truest form of
It is distilled
it's
Disney.
Disney in its finest form.
Right. Hell yeah. We did it. It always feels like we're never going to make it to the end, and then we get to the end, and it's like, wow, that went by so fast.
Well, again, this podcast is yes, we're going to be talking about Peter Pan, but it's also whatever else be.
It's whatever the fuck we want. Really.
Yeah, it's. So yeah, there's our movie ratings.
Yeah.
The Ride.
Okay, so
Let's go.
I've been on the one in California so many fucking times.
I've been on the one in Florida once, and the one in California, I don't even know how many times.
The queue is for no reason. If you don't Genie Pass it or get anything for it, it's like a 60-minute fucking queue.
For which one?
Peter Pan.
Oh.
It's 45 to 60 minutes.
We never went on Peter Pan in Disney World, did we?
I did.
You did?
Yes. The queue was dope.
Did we not?
Yeah,
you got
say-
to go through the queue?
The queue, I was gonna talk about the queue.
Yeah, me and Dee went on it. I don't know if you guys went on it, but me and Dee for sure went on it.
I didn't. For some reason in my head they like scaled back the queue, so we just
Are you sure?
in
We were-
Disney World.
We were like together everywhere on that trip. If they went on it, I would be surprised if we didn't.
On the last day, though? Well, I mean, we split up a few times. I feel like you might have been in Magic Kingdom more than we were.
I would say
I don't
probably.
think, did we split up that much though? I don't know.
Not that much.
To
There were
be
a
fair,
couple
I know
times.
there was a few times we did split up. It might have just been one of the.
There
one
was
of
a
the
few
ones.
times that you guys stayed later than us.
It could
It
have
might
been
have
too,
been
because
that,
you might have
but-
gotten on at like a 15-minute wait at the end of the night.
Yeah,
I just remember when we were in Disneyland and we rode like 5 dark rides in a row because I had a wheelchair and nobody wanted to tell me to come back later.
That was such. I know this comes up constantly, but like the parks are such an important part of our lives.
It is.
Disney World is. I love it. I love everything that is there. My expectations had to be so severely tempered when I realized you can't really do, dawn to however long in the morning.
Yeah, I mean,
it's too much.
Disney World. It's like it's so many days of just walking.
And you're doing so
And
much
we-
walking from ride
like
to ride.
eventually, like the first few days, if you're an avid Disney fan and you're going to Disney World for your first time, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do park to open to close, the entire trip. 3 days in, it's immediately like, I'm gonna sleep in today.
we honestly
It's-
stayed there pretty much all day,
we did great. I'm just saying, like
but it was tiring.
it. I feel like basically every day we left before like nighttime shows were happening.
Yeah, it's just we left a little earlier. That was just because we had to find like the bus and stuff like that. We had certain times,
Yeah.
but we still stayed there until like 10 o'clock each night.
Yeah.
And then we had Universal and all of that stuff at the resort. It
Yeah.
was awesome, but it was exhausting.
No, it's again. I've always talked about this trip. That was one of the best trips I've ever been on. But again, that was like the one time where I remember getting home, laying on my bed, and being like, I could feel it just out of my body where I was like, oh my god.
You had just
Yeah,
not turned off that entire trip.
Yeah.
Disney World is like I've done it twice. It would take me a lot of persuasion to do it again in the near future.
Again, I know
it's so expensive. And
Disney
so
World, I
much
know is not going to be a
pride.
near future thing. I do want to go again, just to like, but
Sometimes
It's one of those things.
Not soon. Not
You need
anytime
to
soon.
like at some point in your life take the family to Disney World.
Yes.
But
Provided that they don't make it a financial impossibility.
oh god,
Yes.
I don't want to think about. I don't want to think about it.
Just
But like
I think it's
It
something
was not
everyone
until-
should experience, but like it's such a burden.
I don't think it was until last year that I was like, nope, Disneyland. Disneyland is where it's.
It's
That is the home
for
park.
us. It's closer. It's smaller. It's easier. It's less expensive than overall.
It has Avengers Campus.
It's got Avengers Campus.
Mhm.
Avengers Campus, I know it's just like concrete city, but at the same time, it's dope. And I don't
If
even like
you-
I
I don't
love
even
what
like the
they-
Avengers.
I love
For
what they
someone who's
did with
not
Tower
Marvel,
of
I'm
Terror.
surprised you like it.
The Guardians ride is so much fun.
I missed Tower of Terror so badly, but I adore Guardians and all. Like I am a bitch for little secrets, and so that ride and the queue and everything about it in Avengers Campus is like a little nerd's like fucking.
The only knock
stomping ground.
against that area is not having like an e-ticket Avengers ride and how long it has
They-
taken for them to
the
give us that.
building that the Quinjet is in and that they just put that gift store in was supposed to be the e-ticket Avengers ride.
Right, and
that
then
we never
Chapek
fucking got.
Chapek'd it. Well, no, I'm not gonna. I'm making it a goal to not blame Bob Chapek for the problems with Disney because they're Iger problems that were always there with Iger that he put into motion.
I remember
they're all bad.
that one show that
Yes.
everyone insisted we stop to watch, and then we watched it, and I was like, this is the most
Oh my
lackluster shit
God.
I've ever seen.
Well,
It
I
was
do like
so
they
boring.
do so many different like the Wakanda show that comes out, the Thor show, like they do so many little things around the park. It's
And whenever there's a
exactly
new
what
Marvel
I want
property,
the rest, I want the rest of
Disney.
Disney to be like I want it to be that like they do
Yeah,
shows
I-
everywhere and there's
the thing
constantly
about
things
the thing
happening.
about Avengers Campus is there is just so many shows that happen. Like no matter what, when you're walking through,
That's-
there's something happening.
That's kind of
Sorry.
what I wanted Galaxy's Edge to be. That's what they said
Yeah.
it was gonna be,
And then it just
and it just there's characters that walk around every now and again. There's like the First Order show, and that's about it for like just like the random shows.
they probably figured out it was a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, but I think part of it is the costumes and all the people that would live in that kind of place. It's like impossible,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad, but they promised it.
Anyways, the rides.
The rides.
We've talked about
Sorry.
we've talked about Disney itself and
I
the
don't
rides.
know
we
how
talk about Disney, then we just like jump.
Well-
it's because it's been so long since we've done this, so we're like getting it all out of our system.
But the California one, I like it. Fantastic. I know it better. But the queue for the one in Florida is like you go through the house, you go through the nursery, and it's
You should look at a video of the.
it's so good. And there's like depictions on the walls of like Peter Pan.
I get the Disney World queue is huge, but like it's so cool. Like
You know what's a super fun queue in Disneyland in Toontown for Runaway Railway?
Runaway
Or it's like the
Railway, yes.
museum.
I don't
Oh,
think that's come
yeah.
up on the pod yet. That's
I don't
such
think so.
that's such a good queue. That's one of my favorite queues in all of Disney.
It was really funny when they got us to that one building part where you just kind of go outside.
You go
and it's just
outside
like-
because of the
it's just like
overcrowding.
work,
That was weird.
work buildings. You
That
look
was
up, like,
crazy.
that's someone's office.
Immersion.
My immersion.
When we went there, and then my friend ended up going about a week after us, and made the same fucking joke in his Instagram story, and I was like, "There's no way that I made that same fucking joke as you."
That
Friendship.
No, that queue was really cool. There was just so much to look at.
It was just like all artifacts and like little
That's
things and
such a
sets
good
from all
ride.
like the Disney
the one in
and Mickey shows.
the one in Florida is weird.
It's because you're in the Chinese theater
Yeah.
replica,
Yeah.
and you kind of
It's
just
like it's
walk
all
in.
it's all theater like
It's
theater
retrofitted from the earlier ride,
From,
which I'm sure you're aware of. Please tell me you're aware of it. Trevor, please tell me you're aware
Of what?
of it.
Please.
The
The
Great
ride that-
American Movie Ride?
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
You've seen the
Great
people
movie.
from it because they're the
in
they're the
Monsters Inc.
Monsters
right?
Inc. people.
Yeah. There's the guy with the cards. There's yeah.
Yeah,
I read.
a lot of the people went to Monsters
I
Inc.
think the only reason I know about that is because of
TPM.
yes, thanks.
Shout out TPM vids.
But TPM, but also
Offhand Disney.
the fucking the
Defunct
ride.
Land.
Defunct Land.
No, the ride is Disney. Disney made the the episode on it.
Oh, behind the
Oh,
attraction.
Behind the
Behind
attraction. Boom, bam, bada ba.
That ride imprinted into me when I first.
What,
went
Runaway Railway?
The Great Movie Ride.
Oh.
Were we just not talking
We
about
were.
that? Okay.
I had never ridden it, and I wish so badly I could have.
Oh God.
I wish so badly I could have ridden.
Not
the ride.
only was that one of my favorite rides, I've seen every movie that is a scene in the Great Movie Ride.
That's fantastic. I think it's something I would have enjoyed so much
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Like it would have been like my pride and
you're
joy
like
right
old
now.
enough to enjoy it now.
I think I think when I was younger, I still like when I was like 13 and when I was like little, I would have really enjoyed it.
Really?
I think so. Like I think I've always because my dad loved older movies.
Yeah.
We've only gotten
And
to
so
the Peter Pan.
I would have.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just
We're
really funny.
fine.
No, I'm not worried about it. This is interesting. I love talking. It was just I was thinking about it. I was like, we've only gotten.
So
to the
I knew
queue.
most of the movies
I
that
had-
were in.
I had no
Is that right?
idea about that. That's
It's.
crazy.
I just wish. I wish it was here still.
R.I.P. I wish there was some way to like.
Go back.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
it's
cut
just-
this out. I thought you were talking about your dad, and I was
I was for a second.
no. When you said R.I.P.,
Oh no! the
I
Great
was super confused.
What a sentence!
Obviously not. The
Oh,
Great Movie
movie.
Ride.
The Great Movie Ride. Wow, that was really funny. I thought you were- No, the Great Movie Ride. Duh. As if there'd be any confusion.
That in.
Oh, that's really funny.
Okay, something about the ride that's related to the movie.
All right. I love the boats. I love that you sit in a little pirate ship.
Yes,
The
absolutely.
ride vehicle is one of my favorites. The hanging going around is so much better than a track. It is. Oh.
I remember going. Okay, can I tell my Peter Pan's flight story?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the first time I had been to Disney World since I was 5. So I was 13 going with my mom at this point. And it was just one day in Magic Kingdom, and they had the Christmas party in the evening, so we had to leave early. And so we had kind of just made a loop around the park, picking and choosing rides, and then we went back to Fantasyland, and it's like, all right, what are we gonna do? I guess let's do Peter Pan. Because
Before New Fantasyland.
no, this was after New Fantasyland. This was right after. This was as in Seven Dwarves had just opened. We waited 2 hours in that. I think we waited 2 hours. No,
When I
no.
went, we waited about 2 hours,
It's-
an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That ride is not worth.
No.
Anyway,
No.
Peter Pan. So we get on Peter Pan, and it's our last ride of the night because we're gonna just sneak into the line. It's 60 minutes. We weren't gonna get on it before. Get through the queue. It's incredible. Get on the ride. And up to this point, for 60 minutes, I'm like, well, it's a dark ride. It's a Peter Pan dark ride. And then, we fly out of the nursery and suddenly it connects to the top thing. And my mind was blown, and it is now maybe my, at least top 3 favorite rides in all of Disney.
It's got to be my top 5 just because of the same kind of thing. Every time I'm on it, it's just like there's nothing else, or there is, but there's almost nothing else that I can think of where I'm like, where it's the kind of just like, this is cool. Like, you just look down into the sand, and it's a different kind of experience for a ride.
And it's just this magical thing where you know how every effect is done, and you're
'Cause
not.
it's, instead of like the other movie rides where it's like you're in the movie, it's more of you're watching
Yeah,
the movie as if it were real.
and for some reason that just
That like omnipotent power is weird.
but
Being
it
that
adds
guy.
this weird suspension of disbelief where you just feel all the more I don't know, you can believe you are in this world.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with Peter Pan as a movie is I don't really feel Neverland.
I get that. I don't like the.
It's not a place I want to go.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to go to Neverland. It's not like versus like in Hook. I would go to the Neverland in Hook. That place looked fucking cool.
But Peter Pan's Flight, the Neverland is I want to live in Peter Pan's Flight.
Yeah.
Trevor, we've been talking a lot.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
He's on his phone. He doesn't give a
no,
shit.
I don't care about it. But no, that fucking genuinely what you guys said. I remember being on the. I never saw at the first one I went on was the California one, and how the queue works is just kind of zigzags, and then you're eventually like right in front of it, and you can kind of see him like take off and everything. My first time, I didn't look that direction.
You weren't like looking
because I was talking. And it was by the time we've been in the line for about an hour now, so like I didn't really like my brain wasn't processing right.
We were on a ride.
My brain was just like I'm in line. And I remember sitting there and being like, oh, this is like only fits 2 people. This is weird. Like, and then again, when you look down, you see the track below you because that's what steadies the thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then we went up, and I realized like, oh shit, where's the fucking track? And we did the thing where we lean up and we go into the room. And I was like, what the fuck? And I think the first dark ride I went on was Snow White, but I'm sorry. But like, so I went on Snow White and then Pinocchio and then Peter Pan. So by now I've been used to.
You're like, this is a dark ride.
This is a dark ride, so it's going to be a track, and we're going to go through, and it's going to be like we're in the story.
Sorry, just going back real quick. Did you just map out all of Disneyland? Is that what happened? When you were pointing at the table?
Yes, it was me. Yes, okay.
Were you just like, I know exactly where this ride and this ride and this ride was, and I went here for...
That's what I was making fun of him for.
I'm understanding your brain more and more.
Because I was like, oh, stop that.
But, yeah, I just remember I was like, I had this, okay, it's a dark ride. We'll be put into like, probably like, again, I assumed a boat, but I didn't know it would fly boat. I was just thought it would be boat on ground to go vroom. And I saw the boats and I was like, yes, boat. But then we went up.
Yes, boat.
Oh, yes, boat.
This is so fun to listen to.
Oh, I know. I'm the most entertaining person here.
You really
are. But it was like really cool because like you do like this. All the other ones, like Jake was saying, you're like in the story, but this one, Peter Pan, is like you observe the story. Like it's just all sights that you've seen and are familiar with from the movie, and like again, one of my favorite, most simplest illusion is when you're flying over the entire city.
Oh God!
It's just little LEDs on the floor, but it looks so fucking cool with the like lights around you and shit.
And like Big Ben is there.
It's
and
why
like...
I really miss like. I don't know. I feel like we're kind of losing the art of the dark ride because everything has to be an e-ticket. That is one of the best scenes in all of Disney. And you don't get stuff like that with like A Rise of the Resistance, which while fun, you know, I don't get a ton of re-ride value out of that ride.
I get so much re-ride value out of that ride.
I don't know. It's
like
an
atmosphere thing for me.
That's fair. If it's just like, well, I mean, I'm in Star Wars.
That's what it is. It's just like there's the ad, and it's something I just like looking at.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we're losing the practical set kind of like ness of rides. It's all like screens and screen this, and it's
that's the worst part.
We're losing the actual like set.
So anyway, that was Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We've
Little
been recording
Mermaid.
for 2 hours.
Oh my God!
That's
really
good. That is good.
No, that's good. That gives me a lot to play with.
That's a lot of room in a lot of
You
content.
have so much. You have
so much
stage
out.
to
It
dance on.
sucks when it's like I got 45 minutes and half of it fucking sucks.
That is really funny. We've had a few episodes where I'm like, we have had a few episodes where it's like 35 minutes and I just don't cut anything because I'm like, it's just 35-minute episode. Like
it's just us talking whatever.
Did we all rate it?
Yeah, we all rated it.
We technically we've finished it. We've just now been talking about
2 5s and 2 3s, baby. Guys, it's season 2.
Yeah.
What is our catchphrase outro?
Oh, we had the first one was crackheads and crack.
No. That's our fans.
That's our fans.
That's our
yeah.
fans.
Sorry.
What's our and as always?
spit in your pants.
No.
And as always,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
snort that magic.
Don't snort that magic.
Snort that pixie dust.
And as always, crack that ball.
And as always, pixie your sticks. I don't know, fucking.
And as always.
Don't forget to dust your pixies.
And
Uh,
and as always,
Cook.
and as always, and as always,
And as always, crack some friends.
Vampires be like cracking open a boy with the cold ones.
Yep, that's the one.
See y'all next time.
Yeah, bye.
Crack some boys.
No,
Later, y'all.
don't do that.
Bye. I can eat my boppers.
Boppers?